It's a beautiful Tuesday afternoon here at Lapeer Field in Kennewick as we get ready for rivalry MCC baseball. Richland versus Kamiakin. I'm Kevin Rance alongside Will. And Will, both teams atop the MCC with just a single league loss. Plus, it's a rivalry. It doesn't get much bigger than this.
This is always a great game. You know, it doesn't seem to matter which sport it is. Both of these teams come ready to play. We've got fans jumping up and down. We got excitement all over the place. This isn't going to be anything less than that.
Meanwhile, our player to watch for the Richland Bombers, we look behind the dish and one of the best they got.
Yes, he's actually doing a great job. He's batting .484 and 454. He's just doing a great job behind the dish. He's calling out everything. I watched him play some travel ball this last summer, and he was just firing the ball. About a 2.7 second catch to second base with that kind of firepower. I don't know. I'm a little nervous to steal on him.
I'm not stealing on Hayden Galloway. I know that for sure. Meanwhile, for Kamiakin, we look at Tommy Lamb. He can pitch, but today he's out in center field.
He is playing center field. With his kind of speed, it's going to be very interesting how quick he can track the ball down. Great leader on and off the field, but he's exciting as a player to watch from center field. He just commands his presence.
We got Richland and Kamiakin coming up next. You're watching high school baseball at SWX.
Nonstop Local recognizes our young athletes for their hard work in the classroom and dedication to their sport. Tune in the first Thursday of every month as we feature our Athlete of the Month during the 6 and 11 p.m. newscasts. Brought to you by IBEW Local 112, along with the National Electrical Contractors Association. Proudly training our young people for the future.
I think here as a dealership, we focus on the customer first. We want them to feel excited about their purchase, and we want them to feel like they can reach out to us with any problems, concerns, answer questions, and kind of guide them through their experiences as an owner. We do not have any hidden fees. Everything we have on the website or in the trailer pricing is going to be transparent across the board. We want our customers to feel like when they're ready, whether it's today or a year from now, that they feel comfortable allowing us to kind of guide them through that process, and we'll be here when they're ready.
At Freedom Equipment Rentals, neighbors helping neighbors isn't just a motto. It's how we do business. We're dedicated to helping our local community with affordable propane refills, just $2.99 a gallon, plus lawnmower and small engine repairs that can keep your existing equipment running strong. Need tables and chairs for an event? We've got you covered. Now located in Pasco and Richland, Freedom Equipment Rentals, neighbors helping neighbors get the job done right.
Put the show in your showroom. Create your creative space. Because your garage should be more than a junk drawer. We help homeowners take back their tired, wasted garages in one day, giving them the extra space they never knew they had. Right now, save up to $300 on any new concrete coating. Coat your garage today and take back your space. Croc Coatings, the next evolution in concrete coatings.
Underway here at Lapeer Field with Dylan Parrott leading off things for the Richland Bombers. He's up 3-0 on the count right now. Your battery for the Kamiakin Braves, Zachary Vega on the mound, Landon Hall behind the dish. And there's a strike. Around the rest of the infield, Dylan Howard at first, Kaylor Hayward at second, Tanner Davis at third, Tanner Davis at short, Taryn Carlson at third is the 3-1. Ballful. Trent Woodhouse out in left, Tommy Lamb out in center, then Dennis Babcock out in right. Meanwhile, coming up, batting second for the Richland Bombers, the shortstop, Carter Uppmeyer. Already runner aboard. That's always that's always a nice start.
Yeah.
Offensively.
Offensively, yeah, absolutely. And there's no wind, the flag just hanging there beautifully.
I was joking about that with Steve Woods before the game today. It's strike one on the call, which was, he goes, I'll take this all day. Yeah. This is like perfect baseball weather here at Lapeer. Sometimes you can get a scotch on the windy side. Vega looks in, the 0-1, breaking ball down low.
Ball's got some good movement on it. Hits the front of that zone. That could be trouble for the Bombers as the game proceeds.
Parrott over at first. A 1-1. Nope. Toss over to first. Richland has a kind of an interesting setup in that coach Grant Richardson does not stand on the third base line calling the plays. He's there right in front of the dugout. Ground ball, fair ball down the left field line. So Parrott's going to go around over to third. They're going to let him. They're going to hold him there, but into second with a double. Carter Upmeyer, and all of a sudden the first two on board and in scoring position for the Richland Bombers. That'll bring up Hayden Galloway, the catcher. Just a junior, I'm assuming, where we get a chance to watch where he is recruited, go to college over the next course of the next year, maybe even get some conversation. Though admittedly, it seems like high school players are not drafted nearly like they used to be.
No, not near as much, especially since the NIL has come into play.
Well, and now there's only 20 rounds in the Major League Baseball draft. We've cut that in half. So that's a strike, raking ball.
Nice pitch there by Vega. Needed that one.
Second and third, nobody out for the Richland Bombers. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Goes upstairs, gets him to chase. And it's 0-2. Galloway followed by Michael Rovell. Jake Brannon in the hole. Just getting underway here at Lapeer Field. The 0-2, swing and a miss, strike three. Big strike out there for Vega.
Threw some heat on that one.
Now batting number 26.
So Michael Rovell, the first baseman, will step in, the lefty. Stands tall in the box. A little more straight up and down. He pitch. That's catches the corner. Strike one. Took Vega, it looks like maybe a batter or two to get into this one, but he's rolling now.
Getting dialed in. Pretty big game. He is a junior, so he's been through it once or twice.
Outside corner again, strike two. Both teams come in with just a single loss in MCC play. Both to intra-city rivals. Kamiakin losing last week to Kennewick in the second of a doubleheader game. Richland losing to Hanford. Though it wasn't a Trevor Kaiser pitch game, which is kind of crazy. Rovell dumps one into left field for a base hit. That's going to score Parrott from third. But holding at second is the Carter Upmeyer. Just not enough on it to make it very clear that it was going to be a base hit. So it's 1-0 Richland. That'll bring up left fielder Jake Brannon.
Now batting at number 24, Jacob Brannon.
Kind of fun thing about high school is that out in left field is Trent Woodhouse, the quarterback for Kamiakin.
Yeah.
So you know there's an arm that's coming out of that.
They didn't even think of trying to get to third base.
First and second now, one away. Brannon turns around to bunt, back to the pitcher. He's going to just, there's nobody at first. Some miscommunication there, and everybody is safe, and the bases are loaded. For the pitcher, Braylon Edwards.
Now batting number 4, Braylon Edwards.
That was just either miscommunication or it caught Kamiakin a little bit off guard. So one away, sacks full of Bombers. Edwards up to bat. First pitch a strike.
Bottom of the zone, yeah, beautiful. Yeah, that's unlikely miscue by the Braves there. Should have had second baseman over there helping out.
The 0-1. Ground ball to that second baseman, Hayward. The second for one. Relay to first. In time. Double play. Kamiakin gets out of it. One run in for the Bombers, but that's all. They lead 1-0. We go to the bottom of the first. You're watching high school baseball on SWX.
Put the show in your showroom. Create your creative space. Because your garage should be more than a junk drawer. We help homeowners take back their tired, wasted garages in one day, giving them the extra space they never knew they had. Right now, save up to $300 on any new concrete coating. Coat your garage today and take back your space. Croc Coatings, the next evolution in concrete coatings.
Locally owned and operated, Fable has quickly become one of the Tri-Cities' favorite dining destinations for lunch, brunch, and dinner, now offering breakfast 7 days a week starting at 6 a.m. Farm to table, savory to sweet, and everything in between. Fable Craft Bar, your all-day dining destination starting with breakfast 7 days a week. On the river, north end of Columbia Center Boulevard.
Welcome back into Lapeer Field. Kamiakin gives up run, but gets out of it with a beautiful double play in that first, and now it's their turn to come to the dish. Meanwhile, for the Richland Bombers, Braylon Edwards, your pitcher, Peyton Galloway behind the dish. Around the infield, Michael Ravel at first, Dylan Parrott at second, Carter Uppmeyer at short, Jackson Woodard over at third. Left field, Jake Brannon. Center field, Hayden Castro. And in right field, Colson Mackey. Naturally, he's an outfielder, considering how great a wide receiver he is. He's used to going out and catching things. Meanwhile, for the Kamiakin Braves, Tommy Lamb will lead things off, having just one heck of a baseball season.
Man, hasn't he?
For the Braves. I was at the game on Friday that he pitched against Kennewick, and that'll probably be one of those games that you just wash from your brain.
Right.
And you wash from your memory. You just couldn't find the strike zone for whatever reason. Just couldn't find it.
Just had to flush it.
You just flush it. And so I was talking to Coach Steve Woods about that, and he was like, "Yeah, it just happens, you know." Good kid though. He'll get out. He'll get out there and fight back. Leading off. First pitch, a breaking ball outside. Ball one. Behind him, the shortstop Tanner Davis, and then batting third will be Trent Woodhouse for Kamiakin. And the 1-0. And that's a strike. So 1-1 the count now. Tommy Lamb. Pitch. Line drive center, left to right field, right center field actually. Another base hit. That's all he does is get on base.
Yeah.
Hitting 500 or something like that. I think the numbers just came into my email today, like half an hour ago. So, but I believe it's about 500. I think. Now bring up Tanner Davis.
He is doing well playing off-season ball with the rain out of the Tri-Cities.
Yeah, I was asking about that. I go, how many travel ball teams, AAU teams are out here? And they're like, so many.
Oh, yeah.
So many.
And American Legion going along with it.
Bunt down third base line. Edwards going to just swallow it there. So bunt single for Tanner Davis. And the first two batters aboard for the Braves. I'll bring out the left fielder, Trent Woodhouse. Gets the call from Kamiakin coach Steve Woods. Kind of a nice look there too, as you almost would see him just sort of when you're bunting the ball, depending on how you're bunting it, you're really sort of let the ball travel into you a little bit. And it's a nice job by Tanner Davis, putting down the perfect bunt. 2 on, nobody out. Woodhouse shows bunt, and that one will go outside, ball one.
Makes it a little nicer on this field too, as they don't have that cutout of dirt going up the line at all. It's all grass.
It's all grass.
Helps with the laying the bunt down.
Of course, it looks like they may be used to in foul territory have some level of a dirt portion of it. The grass looks like it goes all up to the line. 1-0 now on Woodhouse. First and second for the Braves. On deck is Dylan Howard. Edwards looks in. He deals. Breaking ball low. Woodhouse gets the bat back, so it's 2-0.
Man, that ball had some beautiful movement on it. Coming in high, and then the bottom just fell right out of it.
This battery for the Richland Bombers, just juniors. Braylon Edwards on the hill, Hayden Galloway, so a big part of that team last year that won a state title, but also ready to step up and take the lead for this Bomber squad. Woodhouse gets it inside, ball 3. And you wonder if sometime the pressure of rivalry game, battle for first on TV, you got to get settled into that game a little bit sometimes.
Absolutely. It is a different level of nerves. When I was coaching, it was always something that we had to go over.
At 3-0, strike one.
Especially in other sports such as basketball, when you've got that added minute break right there in the middle of the quarter, it changes your coaching scheme. It changes everything.
It's a free timeout, man.
Yeah.
You think coaches wouldn't want more timeouts?
Well, not when I got good momentum going. I'm like, doggone it, that Kevin Rounce is going to talk.
It is. It is always always blame me. The 3-1 and a bit outside. Ball 4. So, like their opponents in their half of the first, Kamiakin has the bases loaded. They want to bring up Dylan Howard. Howard, the first baseman. I doubt he's looking to bunt.
I doubt it. That would be gutsy.
That would be a huge call. Howard, a senior.
8 seniors on this Kamiakin Brave team.
Now they're built to run hot and deep this year. That's for sure. First pitch fouled away. Right now, both these teams have 2-game leads on the Kennewick Lions. But obviously, you want to be the number 1 seed. You want to win league.
Yeah.
Of course. And that could be partly because you want to be the number 1 seed and host the GSL team in the district crossover once those all start.
Especially that first round.
Yeah.
That's so important.
That'll be fouled out to right field.
When they changed how the seeding went in Washington State, there was definitely some strategy played out after that first round. But that first round, it all comes down to the brass tacks. Do you have home field advantage? That's your starting point.
0-2 the count now. Edwards looks in. Kamiakin White at every base. Pitch, breaking ball low and away. Trying to get Howard to chase, couldn't, or at least didn't get him to chase. One, two, the count. Edwards looks in. Deals. Foul out.
Just under that one.
Tried to hit the outside corner, and Howard just be able to fight that off. All I know is all these kids throw faster than I could hit the ball. It literally would be up there bunting every time because I would know anything. I couldn't do anything else with it. 1-2 as Edwards gets the call. The runners taking their leads. Popped up. That is high, high, high. Shortstop Upmeyer underneath it. Makes the catch. One away. And infield fly was called. I didn't see that initially, but it was called.
I didn't either, but they got it.
And that could have been a little bit of, if the ball ended up 5-10 feet further, it's
right.
Not infield fly rule per se, but it was right there kind of on the line of the dirt. And that'll bring up Zach Swanson, the DH.
As long as they can reasonably and customarily get under it, it can be on the grass actually now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Big words in the book for officials.
It is National Big Word Day, I think.
It is.
Or Long Word Day or something like that. It's also National Baseball Day.
Yes, it is.
It is National Baseball Day. So, of course, we're on the air, in addition to it being Earth Day and all that.
Got that inside corner. That was nice. Your umpires for today's contest, Shane Kelly in the field, and the big dog, Mr. Jim Clifford, behind the plate.
Shane and I have this ongoing thing where all of a sudden now we're always seemingly in the same spot.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Well,
we went out to a restaurant, both of us, just seemingly innocuously going out to a restaurant, and then it's like look over and it's like, oh, there you are.
I think he should be voted in Mr. Tri-Cities.
He might be. He certainly is an official, and sometimes I swear he's in 2 places at once.
Yeah.
I don't know.
At the high school and college level in multiple sports.
I think he was also with the Tri-Cities Fever, and they were doing their thing. One thing he doesn't do is Tri-City Americans, so.
He's got something to improve on then.
Yep. You can go learn from Max Lucas. Strike 2 on the pitch right there. 0-2 the count now on Swanson.
Boy, that arena football was crazy to officiate.
I can only imagine.
Those big guys coming right at you, and the only place you got to go is the wall.
Just absorb the hit. 0-2 on Swanson. One away. Bases loaded for Kamiakin. Edwards, the 0-2, breaking ball, low. Galloway trying to frame it, but that's a pretty big movement of the glove when you're trying to frame.
It's comical. I laugh every time I'm behind the catcher and they try to do that. It's like, do you not think we saw that?
Yeah. 1-2 the count on Swanson. Edwards wants a ground ball or a strikeout. That's a little bit inside. So 2-2.
Same position almost that the Braves were in. The Bombers are now in.
Yeah.
Double play could get them out of this.
The one difference right now is that Richland had already scored by the time they were bases loaded when one away. That one just a bit off the mark. Now it's a full count, and there's nowhere to put Swanson. So Edwards trying to get him chased. Couldn't get it to happen, so now 3-2 count, one away. Edwards winds, deals. Low, ball 4. It's ball 4?
Right, yeah, that's what I got.
That's okay. All right.
I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? New rule down here in the Tri-Cities. We're going with 5 balls this time.
That scores Tommy Lamb, ties things up at 1 apiece. And will bring up Taryn Carlson. Carlson just committing to Washington State University to play baseball last week. So congratulations to him and the Carlson family. That's just really cool.
Yeah, it is. Quite an accomplishment. I don't think people understand what it takes to even be a high school athlete in today's world.
Yeah.
With all this outside of school ball activities that go on.
Breaking ball in there, strike one.
Beautiful pitch there.
Almost feels like college would almost be a break.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Almost.
Depending on which one you go to.
You're just focusing on one sport.
Yeah. But they start to do the workouts. That's when you really see the kids get the nutrition and the start to fill out.
And Washington State's had such a great program for so many years.
Yeah.
It's not quite what it was back in the 70s and the 80s, but it's well one. But still, it's a pretty consistently solid program.
Yes, it is. And a lot of support in that program.
1-1 the count. First inning here, and 1-1's the score. Edwards still can get out of it, minimizing the damage with a double play. Strike 2 on Carlson. So 1-2 the count, bases loaded. 1 away here, bottom of the first, 1-all our score. Two teams played a 4-1 game and a 4-3 game in 2024 last season. Both won by the Richland Bombers in their perfect year. Popped up again. That's going to be short left field. And Tanner Davis, he got a really early start. And I think he was never intending on running.
No. I've seen that kid throw it from out there. He can get it there.
Yeah, Jake Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon.
Kaylor Hayward coming to bat. 500 hitter on the season. And the second baseman for the Kamiakin Braves.
Woodard over there talking to him like, why didn't you go? You had a chance.
How fast are you? Come on, you're fast. I've watched you play basketball. These two, that's a funny thing is you get to see all the kinds of little fun matchups. Jackson and Tanner play basketball like each other all the time, or with each other, depending on the situation.
All right.
Pitch. Hayward, ball 1. Nice eye, Keeler Hayward. "20 pitches already in this first inning for Braylon Edwards.
That's a lot of pitches.
That is a lot of pitches at any level. That's a lot of pitches. "1-0 to Keeler Hayward. Swing and a miss, strike 1. One on the count. Braylon Edwards loaded the bases with nobody out. Trying to get out, just giving up a single run here in the first. Strike 2. That might have been the best pitch Hayward's going to see to hit in this at bat. Now trailing 1-2. Landon Hall on deck, the catcher for Kamiakin. He would be the 8th batter of this inning if he gets up there. Pitch by Edwards.
Just outside.
Just a bit outside.
He's throwing it hard. He's just not hitting his spots.
2-2 the count here, 2 away. Edwards looks back to second. Turns, throws, breaking ball, fouled off.
Nice breaking ball. I like that pitch selection there.
Started middle of the plate, then dove away to the outside. Hayward able to fight it off, though. Looking around me, see a lot of Richland green, Kamiakin red. Pitch, strike 3.
Got him.
Raylan Edwards gets out of the inning with a big strikeout. So 1 run scores on a couple of hits. We'll be back with the top of the second. You're watching high school baseball on SWX.
Looking for a place that is perfect for you? A place with programs that work around your schedule? A place with cutting-edge technology and state-of-the-art facilities. A place to celebrate and engage with the community. A place to excel in and out of the classroom. Columbia Basin College. This is the place for you.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Rebates up to $4,500 on the Ultimate Comfort System, or no payments or interest for 12 months when financing a qualifying Lennox system.
Top of the second here at Lapeer Field. The Kamiakin Braves and Richland Bombers tied at 1 apiece. As poor Darren Carlson had to just keep his eyes open right there.
Right.
The practice throw to second base was right at Darren Carlson, who was in there to just be the guy that caught the ball and handed it back to the pitcher.
Right. There you go. I got you the whole way.
Keaton Castro lead things off for Richland, followed by Dominic Harper, then Colson Mackey. 1-1 here, top of the second. Both pitchers struggling in their first innings of work. Now, fly ball, center of field, Lamb backing up, drifts and makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 away.
Just a slight breeze came up, not enough to really make much of a difference, but Lamb had to get on his horse on that one. That was a nice shot.
Bring up Dominic Harper, the DH for tonight's contest. He's batting for Jackson Woodard. Woodard, the third baseman for Richland. First pitch, a strike. Okay, Mackey on deck. Then back to the top of the order for the Bombers. High ball 1. A 1-1 the count now. Dominic Harper. Pitch. Strike 2. We'll see if those first inning jitters or just kind of just getting into the game has been able to get shaken off. Things looking good early so far, at least, for Zach Vega. That one fouled off down the first baseline. Into the, or over by the section of the parents.
Yeah, came close to getting out of play.
Go down there and see. So down there, toss it back. And the 1-2. Way high, ball 2. Two the count on Harper. Big Wide stands for the lefty. Pitch outside, ball 3.
My daughter's team would be chanting, walk it or knock it right now.
Okay. Yeah, softball's got its own sort of environment.
Yeah, it does.
That's for sure. 3-2, strike 3 on Dominic Harper. The caught looking, second strikeout of the night, or afternoon, I guess, for Zachary Vega. 2 away. That'll bring up Colson Mackey.
Colson Mackey.
So 2 up, 2 down for Richland here in the second. Mackey, the right fielder tonight for the Bombers. First pitch to strike.
Bombers only have 5 seniors on their squad. They graduated heavy.
Yeah, there's a lot of kids that came through that program that they won a state title. So
yeah,
you know, Josh Woodard and Chris Daniels and strike on a nice breaking ball, swing and a miss by Mackey. And all those great kids from last year's squad. The best part for them is they essentially got to play probably the biggest home game. That strike 3 is Mackey. Kids got looking. 3 up, 3 down for Richland here in the second. We'll be up with Kamiakin next. You're watching high school baseball on SWX.
At Freedom Equipment Rentals, neighbors helping neighbors isn't just a motto. It's how we do business. We're dedicated to helping our local community with affordable propane refills, just $2.99 a gallon, plus lawnmower and small engine repairs that can keep your existing equipment running strong. Need tables and chairs for an event? We've got you covered. Now located in Pasco and Richland, Freedom Equipment Rentals, neighbors helping neighbors get the job done right.
Locally owned and operated, Fable has quickly become one of the Tri-Cities' favorite dining destinations for lunch, brunch, and dinner, now offering breakfast 7 days a week starting at 6 a.m. Farm to table, savory to sweet, and everything in between. Fable Craft Bar, your all-day dining destination starting with breakfast 7 days a week. On the river, north end of Columbia Center Boulevard.
We head to the bottom of the second where it's 1-1. Richland and Kamiakin all tied up. Braves going to have 8, 9, and 1. Led by Landon Hall, who'll lead things off. First pitch outside, ball 1. After him will be Dennis Babcock, and then it'll be Tommy Lamb on the top of the order for the Braves, as that's away, ball 2. And that 2-0. Low, ball 3. Callaway's trying to frame back there, but there's that's a lot of glove movement, I think, when you're trying to pick it almost off the dirt.
It's easier on the bottom of the zone if they can swoop that glove up.
Yeah, and that you kind of learn probably to move the glove in a certain way. 3-1. Fly ball, left field. Backing up is Brandon. Yeah, near the wall, but not too close to it, and makes the catch. 1 away. And I'll bring up Dennis Babcock, the number 9 hitter and right fielder for the Kamiakin Braves. Braylon Edwards looking in and delivers the first pitch. That's a strike. And the 0-1 from Edwards. Popped up, foul, in behind us. Or towards kind of the warm-up area. So quickly ahead, 0-2 is Edwards on Babcock. Tommy Lamb on deck. He singled and scored the only run for the Braves so far in this one. The pitch Breaking ball. Babcock goes swinging. And they're going to just toss the first. And that'll be strikeout number 2.
I wish they'd take that out of baseball. A drop third strike.
The drop third strike?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
16, Tommy Lamb.
He swung and missed. Why give him another shot at the ball, at the bag? Come on.
Send all thoughts on Will's opinion to Will Gately, care of at Coach Will. That's not really his handle. You can't send him anything there. 1-0 the count on Lamb. Breaking ball, kind of cued off the end of the bat.
Yeah.
That'll be foul.
That's the kind of stuff on a cold day and make your fingers tingle.
Oh, yeah. Thankfully, when I got here, it was 65, 67, something like that.
Yeah.
And while we're under some shade now, with the tree that's blocking the sun for us, the field is plenty o' sun. 1-1 the count on Lamb. Edwards delivers. Another breaking ball, fouled off, strike 2.
It's amazing how the temperature quickly drops when that shade hits.
Welcome to spring in eastern Washington.
Exactly. Exactly.
Two up, 2 down now for Kamiakin. Edwards ahead 1-2. Ground ball to third. Woodard get it down. Throws over to first. It's going to have to be scooped, and Ravel can't quite handle it. The E5. So Tanner Davis, 1 for 1 today. Singled in the first.
Now batting number 5, Tanner Davis.
It's interesting to watch these fielders. You can tell how much of a level, as a coach, you can tell how much they are now scouting each other and then exactly how the outfielders are positioning themselves. We used to just go play center field.
Yeah, right? Or you looked into the dugout, and the guys, there'd be somebody in the dugout pointing one direction or the other. Now you take a pocket or a card out of your pocket, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, I was just noticing Castro. You see, against the prior batter, he was clear on the right side of the second base bag. Now he's clear on the left side. They've done a little bit of homework. Lamb drawing a little bit of attention over there.
Tommy Lamb. One of the reasons that he's on board is his speed forced a quick throw. Now dancing over there at first. Ground fall again. 0-2.
Looked like he a little bit overloaded the front foot on there. I thought, uh-oh, he could be a bit in trouble if that pitcher would have been looking.
I'd assume at this point Edwards is going to look, but for the most part will throw over when it's called. Because Lamb is definitely out front, and he's dead. Oh! Slides around it. The throw beat him plenty, but he was able to slide around it. Safe at first, and Grant Richardson's going to come out. That's just a heck of a slide.
Yeah, the ball definitely beat him there. I thought.
You can watch the replay here as the ball beats him. He's just sitting there kind of. And I guess he's going to say that the tag was a little bit lower in the jersey.
Got the hand back to the bag prior.
So Lamb catches a break. Kamiakin catching a break. 0-2 the count on Tanner Davis, though. Edwards could still get out of this without too much trouble. Edwards again. This time a little more conventionally back to first.
He wasn't quite as far off that time.
It's kind of thing, though, as a base runner, and really in every sport, each position has its own certain, just forget it.
Yeah.
You just, like, yeah, the ball beat me. I can't let it happen again,
Yeah,
but I
that's
can't dwell on it either.
That was super close. Can't be letting that happen again.
Since then, a couple more throws over, and then the third throw. And Tommy Lamb is not even but a step off the bag at this point. You don't want to get too caught up in Lamb over at first. You want to get focused as Lamb goes. Bin side, and they're just going to let Tommy Lamb steal second. As the ball goes inside on Davis. So 1-2 the count. But again, if you're Braylon Edwards, get Davis out. That's your focus.
Right.
Checks out Tommy Lamb at second. The pitch. Breaking ball way outside, ball 2. Trent Woodhouse waits on deck.
Focus on the batter at hand. Forget about Lamb. He isn't going anywhere now.
He can score from second pretty easily on a base hit. 2-2 the count to Davis. They're going to try to throw in behind Lamb. Upmeyer not able to clutch it particularly cleanly, so Lamb safe at second.
I would say, though, that it's got to be an extra attaboy if you can pick off Lamb.
2-2, low, ball 3. So full count on Tanner Davis. 2 away here in the second. Ground ball, Upmeyer out at short. Throws over to first. Ravel going to have to pick that one. He can't. So Lamb's going to come in and score easily as Davis cruises over to second. And it's 2-1 Braves.
Almost took out the first base coach with that throw. He had to look like he was doing a Michael Jackson move over there.
That's a second ball that they've thrown low to Michael Ravel. He's tried to scoop, but that's a tough place for him. So runner remains in scoring position. Davis out at second for Trent Woodhouse, the senior outfielder. Walked in the first. First pitch, strike. Catches the bottom of the zone. 0-1 the count. Edwards looks in. Upmeyer flashes behind, but instead he's going to pitch. Ground ball again to Upmeyer. Toss over to first. That one caught, and that'll end the inning. But not before Kamiakin scores 1 to take a 2-1 lead. We'll be back with the top of the third. You're watching high school baseball on SWX.
Craftsman Cabinets and Flooring is your premier provider of cabinets, flooring, and countertops in Eastern Washington. Whether an entire commercial building, residential kitchen, or private half bath, no matter the project, we do the job right and take care of our clients. It's that focus on quality service and client relationships that has made us a leader in the industry for over 50 years. Call us today or come in and browse our extensive showroom to get your next project started right. Craftsman Cabinets and Flooring, dedicated to delivering outstanding results.
Locally owned and operated, Fable has quickly become one of the Tri-Cities' favorite dining destinations for lunch, brunch, and dinner, now offering breakfast 7 days a week starting at 6 a.m. Farm to table, savory to sweet, and everything in between. Fable Craft Bar, your all-day dining destination starting with breakfast 7 days a week. On the river, north end of Columbia Center Boulevard.
Top of the third, in the top of the order for the Richland Bombers, Dylan Parrott, Carter Upmeyer, and Hayden Galloway for the green and gold. Gold tops today for the Richland Bombers. Parrott walked and scored in the first. As Zachary Vega gets himself ready on the mound. And the pitch. Strike. 0-1 the count on Parrott. Following Parrott will be Carter Upmeyer. He doubled in the first. The 0-1. Breaking ball, strike 2.
Beautiful placement on that pitch. Hit that outside.
That breaking ball a little bit low, ball 1. Vega got Richland in order in the second. A double play to end the first, so he's retired 4 batters in a row. Now back to the top of the Bomber order. Inside. Ball 2. Parrott tried to call time, but didn't get it. And then a pitch low and inside, ball 3. So full count now on Dylan Parrott, bottled back after going down 0-2.
That's something that they can call, but it doesn't always get granted.
Yeah, it's a request. You're requesting timeout. You're not calling timeout. Dylan Parrott knew that one. Fourth strikeout of the game for Zach Vega. That'll bring up Carter Uppmeyer. Doubled in the first, was left at third with the bases loaded on that double play. So Vega finding himself in a little bit of a groove. 3 Ks in a row, all looking. 4 in the game. Breaking ball low.
He definitely likes that breaking ball.
So it's always going to be kind of what are you feeling like you can get to the spot that you need to get to? What are you most comfortable with? A 1-0. Line drive, base hit, left field. Splits the pair over there. The third base and shortstop is Uppmeyer now 2 for 2. And halfway to a cycle if such things might happen.
Number 5, Hayden Galloway.
That'll bring up Hayden Galloway. He was the first strikeout victim of Zachary Vega. He came up second and third, nobody away in that first. Huge opportunity potentially to start to lay things on pretty heavily early on, but Vega be able to battle out of it. Now he's up. Runner on first. Back to first is Uppmeyer. A 1 away, 1 on for the Richland Bombers. The pitch fouled up and over off the netting. 0-1 the count.
Beautiful field out here at Lapeer. How long has this field been here? Any idea?
I don't. I think the scoreboard is new, but I don't know exactly how long. I keep thinking the house behind center field should be selling seats, though, because it's
right.
It's just a beautiful spot to watch a game. Meyer gets back again.
If a high school kid's hitting a ball to those windows, he's probably going to go to the majors.
He's certainly going to continue to play baseball for a while. The 0-1. Low, ball 1. Galloway struck out on 3 pitches in that first at bat, so that was the first ball he has seen. That one low 2. Landon all trying to frame it up, but it's right now not being super successful. Galloway looks at 2-1. Pitch from Vega. Fly ball to left center field. Going back is Lamb. Going back is Woodhouse, and it's going to bounce off the track and off the wall. Here comes Uppmeyer to score. Going into third for the triple.
Oh, wow.
Is Hayden Galloway.
That last patch between right about where the shortstop is now and third base looked like he hit another gear, and he started diving about 10 feet out.
A heck of an effort out there by Trent Woodhouse trying to make a diving catch.
He says, it's not like I got to do my own laundry.
I'm going to bring up Michael Ravel. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI. And he's got another opportunity just 90 feet away. One out here in the second and third. Nice breaking ball. Gets Ravel out in front.
Yeah, I didn't fully commit to that one.
He was expecting fastball, started swinging fastball, realized it was breaking ball halfway through, and that's a hard realization. The 0-1 to Ravel. Strike two.
I like him coming back with that fastball on that one.
Jake Brandon on deck. The 0-2. Strike three, strikeout number 5. Including the last 4 outs that Zach Vega has gotten. All have been strikeouts looking. I'm going to bring up Jake Brandon, as they're going to put in a pinch runner for Galloway. Coming into pinch run for him is Drayson Elfring. Get Galloway ready to start getting ready behind the dish. It's one of the nice things I think they do. It's fun. It's nice and it keeps the game going, I think, in high school baseball. You get the opportunity for your catcher to do an automatic pinch runner without it counting against anything.
Yeah, I like that. Pitcher and catcher.
Yeah.
I tried to combine the 2 titles.
The pincher?
Yeah.
First pitch, a strike to Brandon. He bunted his way on board. I gave him a fielder's choice. Scorer gave him a hit. That one low, ball 1.
Brandon, a football and baseball player for the Bombers.
Yeah, running back, if I remember correctly, on the football team. Bruising running back on the football team. 1-1 to Brandon. Outside corner, strike 2. Richland 90 feet from taking a lead, but Zach Vega 1 pitch from getting out of this inning, keeping the score tied. A 1-2 from Vega. Fouled off. Brandon able to get just enough of that one, get it off of the field, and stay alive in the at bat. And wind in the 1-2. Ground ball. Shortstop Davis throws to first. And in time. That'll end the inning, but not before Richland ties the game at 2. That's our score as we head to the bottom of the third. You're watching high school baseball on SWX.
Craftsman Cabinets and Flooring is your premier provider of cabinets, flooring, and countertops in Eastern Washington. Whether an entire commercial building, residential kitchen, or private half bath, no matter the project, we do the job right and take care of our clients. It's that focus on quality service and client relationships that has made us a leader in the industry for over 50 years. Call us today or come in and browse our extensive showroom to get your next project started right. Craftsman Cabinets and Flooring, dedicated to delivering outstanding results.
Make-A-Wish grants wishes to local kids with critical illnesses. Your unused airline miles can help grant those wishes for kids now and in the future. Go to the website below to donate or scan the code.
I think here as a dealership, we focus on the customer first. We want them to feel excited about their purchase, and we want them to feel like they can reach out to us with any problems, concerns, answer questions, and kind of guide them through their experiences as an owner. We do not have any hidden fees. Everything we have on the website or in the trailer pricing is going to be transparent across the board. We want our customers to feel like when they're ready, whether it's today or a year from now, that they feel comfortable allowing us to kind of guide them through that process, and we'll be here when they're ready.
Bottom of the third at Lapeer Field, Kamiakin Braves will send up Dylan Howard, Zach Swanson, and Taryn Carlson in this 2-2 game. Howard popping out to shortstop, his first at bat in the first inning. Braylon Edwards looking at Hayden Galloway, who hopefully is a little bit more rested after getting a chance to get a little extra time off after the triple. That's that pitch low and outside, ball 1.
Gives them a little bit more of a cushion going into the bottom of the third here.
Line drive to short. Upmeyer. They say he makes the catch. Line drive.
Now batting number 17.
That's one out. Zach Swanson. He walked and had an RBI in that first inning. You can watch the replay here of the Upmeyer catch. A little low screamer and Upmeyer. Able to just get the glove underneath it.
Yeah. Bombers got some activity going out in the bullpen. Well, kind of a bullpen.
Down along the third base line. 0-1 the count. Swanson. The 0-1. Low ball one. Yeah, Edwards has had a busy pitch-filled couple of innings of work. You really need something quick here for the Bombers. Strike two. You are limited in high school baseball. You can only throw so many pitches. The nice thing is you get to finish the batter when you get past that pitch count, as that one misses away, ball two.
He has definitely thrown some pretty good numbers so far.
It was over 20 just in that first inning alone. 2-2, and Nick comes inside and he hits Swanson. So Taryn Carlson comes to the dish as Swanson hits over to first. So one out, one on for Carlson, who flew out to left field. And Jake Brannon in that first inning. And the pitch from Edwards, low ball one.
Nice article on Instagram on Carlson and his commitment, showing him in his rain uniform. Gotta wonder, we were talking earlier about how many games kids play now in the off season. 20 in the regular season for high school, and then how many postseason, but then the off season summer tournaments. My daughter's team was signed up for 17 of them this summer.
Wow. Line drive, base hit left field. So Carlson singles into left field. Runners on first and second, just one away. To bring up Kaylor Hayward. As Grant Richardson will stroll out, have a conversation.
Now batting number 2, Kaylor Hayward.
See if I can see the number out at the bullpen.
It's a long ways for a guy your age, sir.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Grant Richardson on a conversation with the entire infield. Words of wisdom imparted. Out warming up for Richland is Andrew Schock. Thank you, Matt, and the truck and the crew, for spotting that for us. Let's see him warming up. So Kaylor Hayward struck out in the first. 10 that first inning. Got runners on first and second, though. First pitch is a strike. Well, he was up with the bases loaded in the first. Now here in the third, he's up with two guys on. Edwards with the 0-1. Strike two.
Carlson kind of stuck at first, got the big man in front of him, so he won't be going much anywhere.
Hey, even Cal Raleigh's, I think, 3 for 3 in stolen bases, so, you know, it's not necessarily cast aspersions. And the 0-2, high ball one.
I was umpiring a game the other night where one kid ran into another kid, and the kid in front of her was so slow that she ran right in the backside of her. That was a first for me.
Be careful, is that ball low? Saw it in the major leagues. Luis Arias ran into somebody over at first base. Had to get stretchered off the field. So, who says baseball isn't a contact sport? 2-2 from Edwards. Fouled off. Hayward staying alive. Two to the count. Runners on first and second here. Bottom of the third. Scores tied at 2. Hayward. One runner in scoring position here for him. Ground ball to the right of Upmar. Gets past him. Base hit left field. Here comes the big man trying to score. The throw bounces a little bit.
Ouch, that looked like it hurt.
And safe at home is Zach Swanson on the RBI single.
Is there a home plate left?
Now batting number 8.
I think it would have been a little bit closer if it didn't bounce so much right in front of home plate and got up in the air on Hayden Galloway.
I think Cannell bounced a little bit there right in front of home plate.
Oh, poor Zach Swanson. Yeah,
Swanson, sorry. He was running so fast, he looked like 13, not 17. He does have wheels for a big man. I was impressed the way he rounded third.
Judge not.
Judge not, yes, sir. And one thing us shorter guys had on those tall people was we was faster. Now look at them.
Landon Hall drives one into center field, backing up, and able to make the catch there is Caden Castro. Tagging and going to third will be Mr. Taryn Carlson. So a sac fly for Landon Hall. I'm going to bring up Dennis Babcock, number 9 hitter for the Braves. Struck out in the second. Now runners on the corners, which in high school baseball always does present opportunities to try to steal a run or maybe get a free guy onto a scoring position.
Yep.
Carlson at third. Hayward at first. Not a big lead for Hayward. Pitch to Edwards. Ground ball left side. Woodard gets it. The throw to first in time. And that'll end the inning, but Kamiakin takes a 3-2 lead. Top of the fourth is coming up. You're watching high school baseball on SWX.
Put the show in your showroom. Create your creative space. Because your garage should be more than a junk drawer. We help homeowners take back their tired, wasted garages in one day, giving them the extra space they never knew they had. Right now, save up to $300 on any new concrete coating. Coat your garage today and take back your space. Croc Coatings, the next evolution in concrete coatings.
Nonstop Local recognizes our young athletes for their hard work in the classroom and dedication to their sport. Tune in the first Thursday of every month as we feature our Athlete of the Month during the 6 and 11 p.m. newscasts. Brought to you by IBEW Local 112, along with the National Electrical Contractors Association. Proudly training our young people for the future.
Hey DQ fans, download the DQ app now to explore the menu, order ahead with a few clicks, and save with weekly deals. Plus, earn points when you can scan your phone at the register to get even more deals. Find your favorite DQ location and start ordering delicious eats and treats today. Only at DQ, happy tastes good.
Braylon Edwards will lead things off for the Richland Bombers. Kamiakin, a single run in the first, a single run in the second, and a single run in the third leads this one 3-2. First pitch low to Edwards. He grounded into an inning-ending double play in the first. As Richland threatening with the bases loaded and just one out. And the 1-0. Fouled off, or popped up right side and out of play.
Boy, chase that one up high.
Yeah. There's something about just the clarity of seeing it at eye level that makes you want to swing so badly.
So tempting.
I can see it. This is the best I've ever seen this baseball. 1-1 the account on Edwards. Vega winds, deals. Strike 2. On deck, Caden Castro. In the hole, Dominic Harper. And the 1-2. Edwards, line drive into left center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Lamb able to play it on a hop. So Edwards leads things off with a single.
That's the danger of that repetitive use of that breaking ball. They start to key in on it. It can really be placed.
Well, it looked like that one might have been a little bit of a hanger. Kind of a little too much of the plate.
Yeah.
Castro flew out to center field in the second. The wind starting to pick up a little bit out towards right field. Toss to first. Edwards is back. Sometimes I think they do that to see if there's going to be a bunt shown, so they know how to run a play or how to play defense. Taryn Carlson up pretty much on the dirt line with the grass, just in case. High and away, ball 1. No bunt shown that time by Castro. One 1-0 the count. Now the bunt comes. Breaking ball outside. Ball 2. So 2-0 the count now on Castro. Edwards takes his lead at first. Vega checks in quickly. Long time getting that sign. Now toss to first again. High school baseball not yet followed the major league rules where you only have a limited number of throws to first. Usually the high school game is pretty quick paced anyways.
Yeah.
You're done. Fly ball, right field. Backing up, making the catch there will be Dennis Babcock. The 1 away.
We don't have the pitch clock here either. That's definitely sped the game up.
Yeah, there are, it's been interesting. Some of the bigger games here in the MCC, they've gone longer than some of the major league games.
Yeah.
They've been, almost 3 hours at times, it feels like. Especially if you get into extra innings or something, it's just wild. 1 away for Dominic Harper. He struck out looking in the second. His only at bat. And strike 1 right there.
Interesting to me that they don't have any lights on the field out here.
No, in fact, talking to Steve Woods about that before the game, he loves it because he does not like the games going into the evenings.
Oh.
He goes, our doubleheaders are 2 and 4.
Yeah.
He goes, and that could probably be 2 and 4:30. Well, we're done and back not too long after dinner. And the ball 1. Because I asked both coaches, I go, do you prefer this kind of one game against them and then one game against them a week later, or the last couple of years where they've been to the doubleheaders, one here, one at Bomber Field, and both seem to like the kind of that one game, but they're going to play whatever is put in front of them. I know that. 1-1, fouled off.
Good decision there, foul on it. Close.
And off the tree, so I think everybody's cars are okay. This is the only, high school baseball is the only sport in which you'll find the premium parking spots about as far away from the playing area as possible. 1-2 on Harper, calls time.
Getting advised not to step out until it's been granted.
Edwards, his lead at first. Vega looks in. Holds, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Six strikeouts now for Zach Vega. 2 outs, bring up Colson Mackey.
Outstanding football player, Mackey.
And just
Not too shabby at baseball either.
Fastball blown by Dominic Harper. So now 2 outs, and Edwards remains at first base. Mackey 0 for 1, struck out looking in the second.
Mackey's got a big strike zone, tall kid.
Yeah, tall, very fast. Vega shaking him off. Thanks to the second decision. Ground ball up the middle. Tanner Davis just going to step on second to end the inning, and that's it. Kamiakin gets out of this one unscathed. They still lead 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. You're watching high school baseball on SWX.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Rebates up to $4,500 on the Ultimate Comfort System or no payments or interest for 12 months when financing a qualifying Lennox system.
Make-A-Wish grants wishes to local kids with critical illnesses. Your unused airline miles can help grant those wishes for kids now and in the future. Go to the website below to donate or scan the code.
Bottom of the 4th, Andrew Schock on the hill for the Richland Bombers. So that'll end Braylon Edwards' day. 3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, but 2 of them earned, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts for the junior. Meanwhile, Schock, a senior, steps in. First out of the bullpen for Grant Richardson and the Richland Bombers. Coming up to the dish for Kamiakin. Top of the order, Tommy Lamb, followed by Tanner Davis, and then Trent Woodhouse, the 3 Ts. (3-2) our score right now. Kamiakin leading by a single run here, heading into the bottom of the 4th. We are midway through the contest, unless we go extra innings. Lamb steps up. He was singled and scored in the first. He got a board on an error and scored in the second. So he's been getting on base and finding his way home. And the first pitch from Schock, fouled back right at us. Strike 1. Lamb showing a bunt. Of course, a lot of speed.
Yeah, that ball came off the bat and didn't even act like it had touched the bat.
So 0-1 the count. Pitch from Schock. Ball 1. Kamiakin has scored a single run in each of the 3 innings. Richland has alternated. Odds they've scored, evens they have not. Ground ball, Upmeyer, short. Throw to first. High throw. They're going to say he gets back on the bag in time. Nice work, Michael Ravel. 1 out.
Good job of sticking with that.
So to bring up Tanner Davis, he's singled in the first. Got a board on an error in the second. That's a couple of back-to-back grounders that throws to first. Michael Ravel just not able to kind of catch on the skip. Pitch, low, ball 1. You always like the top 2 of your order getting 3 at-bats in the first 4 innings.
Yeah.
Ground ball, foul.
Got another pitcher out there warming up for the Bombers now.
And this is an important game. Situation where you're doing what you can, trying to claim that MCC title as that pitch low and away. 2-1 the count. Trent Woodhouse on deck. And the pitch from Schock. Line drive into right field. right there. It's Colson Mackey to make the catch, 2 away. Woodhouse stepping to the dish, the left fielder. He's walked in the first. He grounded out to short in the second. So nice start here for Schock and the Richland Bombers, trying to keep this a 1-run game. And the pitch inside as Woodhouse pops it up over our trailer down the left field line. And foul. Bounding around out there. 0-1 the count. And the pitch from Schock. Low, ball 1, sorry. And the 1-1. Ball 2. Two on the count now. Trent Woodhouse, Dylan Howard on deck. And pitch, ball 3. Starting to see some shadows creeping towards home plate. Not enough, I think, to affect the hitters at this moment in time, but could at some point. Ground ball up the middle, base hit for Trent Woodhouse. 2-out knock.
Woodhouse is just an exceptional athlete. It's fun watching that kid play any sport.
Now to bring up Dylan Howard. He's popped out to short and lined out to short. His 2 at bats. So 2 outs, runner on for Howard. Woodhouse will take his lead over at first base. And the pitch from Schock, swing and a miss. Throw back to first. Back in time is Woodhouse. Galloway just letting him know he's thinking about him. Or he wants to start singing this Beatles song, Get Back.
Yeah, get back, get back.
Throw to first now, Woodhouse back in time.
He's got a nice move back to first. Schock does.
If you think about it, it's amazing how 3 plays at first base. A couple of throws from the infield that got past Michael Rovell, and then a pickoff play that was not called an out, was called a safe. Right now, a huge difference in this game. Ball 1. 1-1 to Howard. Schock looks over at Woodhouse. Well, tosses that way. One and one the count. Schock looks in, throws to first.
Richland definitely isn't shy about throwing that ball over to first.
Schock cleaning off the baseball a little bit. Now looks, deals. Round ball, right side, base hit into right field. Woodhouse gonna try to go to third. Mackey will just toss it into second. And we have runners on the corners. That'll bring up Zach Swanson, who's walked and been hit by a pitch, scored a run in the third.
He was definitely bummed he got stopped up at third.
I don't know where he would have gone off the side of that.
I was when he smacked his hands. I thought, man, where would you have went?
I'd have been. You heard the phrase "dead duck" in baseball a lot. I think that's exactly what else might have been. But you know, what do I know? Started his football career as a running back, actually. So I mean, he's got running is in his nature. That's for sure. First pitch, throw to second. Woodhouse going to stay, but the ball going to get bounced into center field. And then again, a run for the Kamiakin Braves. As Dylan Howard steals second. So now sitting in second will be Howard with Zach Swanson. 0-1 on him. Kamiakin right now incredibly consistent. A single run in each of the 4 innings as that one comes in and fouled off by Swanson. So 0-2 the count.
Swanson's filthy from head to toe. That slide got him.
Yeah. Shock looks in. Now looks back. The 0-2. Trying to see if he can get one there, but call the ball. So 1-2 the count. Howard taking his lead at second. And the 1-2, breaking ball low. Taryn Carlson waits on deck. Four to Kamiakin. Pitch. Fouled up. Remains 2-2. That was the 20th pitch this inning for Andrew Schock. This Kamiakin team's going to make you work.
Yes. Going deep in the count each time.
Ground ball, left field. Base hit past Carter Rettmeyer. Here comes Howard. He's going to try to score. Woodard will cut the throw off. RBI single for Zach Swanson. And it's now 5-2. Taryn Carlson steps in. He's flown out to left and he's singled. His 2 at bats. Both these teams coming in just a single MCC loss. So the winner was going to have first place all to themselves after today. Ground ball up the middle. Nice snag there, and then somehow the ball got kind of loose from Parrott's glove or hand or something in the transfer. So
trying to transfer it and it fired over and just lost control of it.
Trying to get the runner at second. Instead, it'll bring up Kaylor Hayward. He singled, knocked in a run in the third.
Tough to win a lot of games when you committed basically one error an inning.
Yeah, it's Richland's fielding going to be something that they're not going to be super excited to watch film on tomorrow. Pitch by Schock. Strike one. Hayward struck out in the first, singled, knocked in a run in the third. He's got a runner in scoring position here in the fourth. Pitch, fouled off. 0-2. All right, 24 pitches for Andrew Schock here in the fourth. As Kamiakin growing their lead. Pitch, low, ball one.
Wind's picked up.
Yeah, blowing from left to right. So across the field. And the 1-2. Ground ball to Rettmeyer at short. Gonna toss underhand to second, and that'll end the inning, but not before Kamiakin scores a couple. It's Braves 5, Bombers 2. Top of the fifth when we come back. You're watching high school baseball on SWX.
At Freedom Equipment Rentals, neighbors helping neighbors isn't just a motto. It's how we do business. We're dedicated to helping our local community with affordable propane refills, just $2.99 a gallon, plus lawnmower and small engine repairs that can keep your existing equipment running strong. Need tables and chairs for an event? we've got you covered. Now located in Pasco and Richland, Freedom Equipment Rentals. Neighbors helping neighbors get the job done right.
Five-2, our score. Kamiakin leads as we head to the top of the fifth. Top of the order for the Richland Bombers. Dylan Parrott, Carter Upmeyer, and then Hayden Galloway for the green and gold. Parrott walked and scored in the first, struck out in the third. Zach Vega, 6 Ks in this one. Now he's got a 3-run lead. And the wind and a pitch to Dylan Parrott. Strike. Start things off. It's on bench trying to get their offense some motivation, some mojo. Parrott, line drive center field. Lamb running in. Slides and takes the catch. Nice little grab, Tanner Lamb. I'll bring up Carter Upmeyer. He's singled and doubled. Scored a run in the third. So, as you saw, great catch by Tommy Lamb out in center field. So 1 up, 1 down. First pitch a strike to Upmeyer. Bombers down to their final 8 outs in this one. No guarantees they get back to the top of the order again. Strike 2 to Upmeyer.
Nice pitch right at the bottom of the zone. That pitch so close, you got to foul that one away if you don't like it. Live for the next one.
In the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Al Bugs Bunny, 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. So 2 up, 2 down here in the fifth. You remember that cartoon?
Yeah, I haven't heard that in so long. I like it, but I just...
Hayden Galloway struck out in the first, tripled and knocked in a run in the third. Does not go on that one, so ball 1. Michael Ravel on deck. 1-0. Popped up left field. Woodhouse drifting in. There to make the catch. Retired in the order for Richland. We head to the bottom of the fifth. It's Kamiakin 5, Bombers 2. You're watching high school baseball on SWX.
Locally owned and operated, Fable has quickly become one of the Tri-Cities' favorite dining destinations for lunch, brunch, and dinner, now offering breakfast 7 days a week starting at 6 a.m. Farm to table, savory to sweet, and everything in between. Fable Craft Bar, your all-day dining destination starting with breakfast 7 days a week. On the river, north end of Columbia Center Boulevard.
At Nonstop Local, our commitment to our viewers is homegrown.
Oh, well, I grew up on the west side, but I went to college at Eastern Washington University where I met my wife. It'll be 24 years this November, which is cool. After about a decade at ESPN, then I went to Central Washington where I got my journalism degree, and I've always loved sports, so what better place to be than at SWX and Nonstop Local?
For us, it's not just a slogan. Nonstop Local is truly local.
Bottom 05. Kamiakin 5, Richland 2. Andrew Schock out for a second inning of work. Give a couple up in the fourth.
Now batting number 8, Landon Hall.
And now Landon Hall will lead things off. 8-9-1 for the Braves. Hall, then Dennis Babcock, and Tommy Lamb, top of the order for his fourth at bat in 5 innings. And the first pitch to Hall. Line drive down the left field line, just foul.
Coach trying to buy that one. Nice job by the home plate umpire getting up the line.
Hall 0 for 1. He flew out to left and then had a sac fly in his 2 at-bats. I was hoping for extra bases there. The 0-1 pitch from Schock. Breaking ball popped up. That's going to get its way in towards behind the Kamiakin dugout. So 0-2. In that fourth inning, Schock got the first 2 batters.
Yep.
There was nobody on with 2 away. And then Kamiakin just pieced it together after that. Second time they've had nobody on with 2 outs and been able to score a run.
I didn't catch how many pitches he had that last.
That was around 25. First pitch. That first ball there. So 1-2 the count. Line, the 1-2. Popped up, fouled out away. Off to the right of us. So Hall continuing to battle. And the 1-2 from Schock. Breaking ball. Hall wanted to duck out, then started to swing late. And that was...
Now batting number 12.
he was kind of bitterly lost on that one, I
Yeah.
think, and strikes out. Now to bring up Dennis Babcock. Babcock struck out in the second. Grounded out in the third.
That was a here it comes, all crud. It's going to drop in.
First strikeout for Andrew Schock of the night. Here's his first pitch. Babcock showed bunt. Strike called.
Schock just cool, calm, and collect out there, senior.
And the 0-1. Just a bit high. On deck, Tommy Lamb. Our player to watch. He has scored twice in this one. Line drive right at short over the head of Carter Uppmeyer for a base knock. And it's Babcock on base.
Close, but not there. Lamb also had that really nice catch out there at center field.
Yep, he did. He singled in the first and scored. Was aboard on an error in the second and scored. And then grounded out in the fourth.
Tommy Lamb.
I know Richland might be thinking double play, and I'm sure they would love to try to turn one. It's going to be really hard against Tommy Lamb.
Yes, that
He's
it is.
fast with maximum effort. First pitch from Schock. Bunt right in front of the mound. Schock gets it, throws to first. And that'll move the runner along, but 2 away now.
Good job by Schock helping himself there. At least getting Lamb out of the equation.
I bring up Tanner Davis, who flew out to right field off of Schock in the 4th inning. Richland still looking for a clean inning in terms of no runs being allowed. So to at least they were trying to limit at least to a 4-batter inning. And pitch to Davis. Strike is the call. Two away here in the bottom of the 5th. 5-2 our score, Kamiakin. Schock looks back, turns, delivers. Low. Ball 1.
I like that placement there, trying to get him to reach out on it.
And you start that breaking ball in the strike zone and watch it dive away, hoping that they get fooled. Good eye by Tanner Davis there. It's 1-1 the count. Fouled away. That'll bring up 1 and 2. Dennis Babcock out at second base, takes his lead. Andrew Schock looking in, getting the sign, then looks back. Now turns, delivers, breaking ball, fly ball center field. Castro roaming back there, can't get to it, it's over his head. Babcock will score. Here, steaming around third is Tanner Davis, he's going to try to score. The throw to the plate is high, Tanner Davis inside the park.
He made up his mind before he even got to second base what he was doing. Beautiful job.
Now batting number 9, Trent Woodhouse.
So that'll make it 7-2 Braves. And again, another inning, another run or two scored for Kamiakin. Woodhouse, fly out to center field. Castro on his horse on this one. Roaming back, can't get it. That bounces into the gap. As Woodhouse turning second, going into third. He should make it easily. And Trent Woodhouse with a triple. And they're starting to get to Andrew Schock here.
That one wasn't very far from being all the way out of here. I think that the wind didn't help it, but...
Yeah, the wind was helping it. I just don't know that it didn't quite have enough juice. Because we're going to get a substitution now for Andrew Schock. So Andrew Schock will go an inning and 2/3. He gives up 4 runs. And, well, as of right now, gives up 4 runs. So go ahead and take a look at what's coming up on SWX. And we, of course, will have a replay of this game. And we got a really busy week next week, so give us we're going to have to do a lot of work. But if you want to watch a replay of this game, that's coming up Sunday morning, 9 a.m. That you can rewatch this game. Maybe more fun if you're a Kamiakin Braves fan, probably, rightly so far. Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, Prep Countdown. Jeff Morrow back in the house. Talk MCC and CWAC and all kinds of baseball and softball and soccer. Saturday at 6 o'clock, college baseball, Gonzaga versus USD. Then a week from tonight, it's our next high school baseball game. It's Walla Walla and Hanford. It's the first of 3 games we have next week. We have Walla Walla Hanford on Tuesday. We have Tri-Cities Prep and Liberty Christian on Thursday. Yeah. And then we have Chiawana Richland softball on Friday. That is a very busy week for us next week.
Liberty Christian, Tri-Cities Prep, that's always a good game.
Out pitching now for Richland Bombers, Benjamin Thompson, sophomore. Again, shot goes an inning and 2/3, gives up, as of right now, 4 runs, 6 hits, struck out 1. And I don't see a walk. I just see a hit batter. So Dylan Howard will lead things off, or be the first batter faced by Thompson. And Woodhouse will roam back out there with Steve Woods making his way back to third. Howard popped out in the first, lined out to short in the second, then singled and scored in the fourth. Opportunity here now for Howard for an RBI. He's got Woodhouse there right at third. Richland, though, trying to keep it right there. Trailing by 5 as that pitch up and in and hits him. They'll bring runners on the corners, and Zach Swanson to the dish. He's walked once and knocked in a run on the walk. Got hit by a pitch and scored, then singled and knocked in a run. That's a pretty productive day.
Yeah, it is. I've renamed him Wheels.
Yeah, that's true. He was hit by a pitch made fun of by Will Gately.
Wow.
And then scored from second on a single.
Can you dust me off? I feel like I got ran over.
Pitch, strike 1. Swanson, 2 RBIs today. And the pitch by Thompson. As the runner goes, Woodhouse going to run, and they're going to have to give up the run just to get the out, and they do. But not before Trent Woodhouse scores on the double steal. And we end the fifth inning, 8-2 Kamiakin. We'll be back with the top of the sixth. You're watching high school baseball on SWX.
Put the show in your showroom. Create your creative space. Because your garage should be more than a junk drawer. We help homeowners take back their tired, wasted garages in one day, giving them the extra space they never knew they had. Right now, save up to $300 on any new concrete coating. Coat your garage today and take back your space. Croc Coatings, the next evolution in concrete coatings.
Nonstop Local recognizes our young athletes for their hard work in the classroom and dedication to their sport. Tune in the first Thursday of every month as we feature our Athlete of the Month during the 6 and 11 p.m. newscasts. Brought to you by IBEW Local 112, along with the National Electrical Contractors Association. Proudly training our young people for the future.
Top of the sixth, Richland down to their final 6 outs. Michael Ravel will lead things off. He's singled and struck out in his 2 at-bats. Following him, Jake Brannon and then Braylon. Well, I guess it's probably not Braylon Edwards. It's going to be Benjamin Thompson, I think.
Yeah.
The new pitcher. Ravel gave Richland their only lead in this game. They led 1-0 in the first off of Michael Ravel's single. It's that first pitch away, ball 1. Hard to imagine Richland getting all 6 in this inning. Certainly is possible, certainly a potent offense. But you'd like to at least get 3. Try to have that lead as you go into the final inning. Plus you'd get a chance to get back to the top of the order.
They definitely have the bats to be able to do it.
2-0 to Ravel. Long ball second base. Hayward there. Snags, throws to first in time. 4-3 the put out. 1 away here in the 6th.
Nice job by Hayward there.
Jake Brandon will step up and ground it into a fielder's choice. Actually, he was safe on a fielder's choice on a bunt in the first and grounded out to short in the 3rd. On deck is Jaron Lee. As I'm guessing that Benjamin Thompson's day might be done, as there's a lefty warming up in the bullpen for Richland.
Is that
That's
Kale?
I think it's Austin Reardon. Number 17. And the 0-1. Just a bit outside. You have to do one of those every game for Bob Euchre.
There you go. Oh, Euchre.
1-1. Brandon pops it up over by 3rd. Carlson rotates into foul territory, makes the catch. 2 away. That is 8 in a row retired by Anthony Vega. So Jaron Lee will come out to pinch hit. Jaron Lee. Lefty coming in. Trying to recreate the old Mariner motto, 2 outs, so what? The pitch to Lee. Low ball 1. I do think one of the hardest things to do in professional sport, in sports in general, is pinch hit.
Yes.
Because it's hard enough to hit a baseball.
Yep. And then come in ice cold.
To come in ice cold and try to hit a baseball.
Yeah.
That's asking a lot. And the pitch. High ball 2. Vega cleaning off the ball and looking in for the sign. There's a strike. Two on the count now on Lee. The wind and the pitch by Vega. Low ball 3. A little bit of a math nerd in me looks up there and sees that Kamiakin has a Fibonacci sequence started if you ignore the first inning. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
You would notice that.
Yeah, I would, right? That's from Square One television when I was a kid. I learned out what the Fibonacci sequence was. It's when two numbers go in a row and they add up to the next number. So 1, 1, 2, 3. 1 and 1 is 2. 1 and 2 is 3.
There you go.
They've got a Fibonacci sequence going as Lee walks the first.
Now batting is number 6, Caden Castro.
You've just educated America, sir.
Caden Castro to the dish. He's flown out twice. And we'll have a pinch runner out there now. And that'll be Drayson Elfring. Again, Lee in the pitcher's spot, technically. So he would have been, I guess, listed as the pitcher of record at that point, even though he was a pinch hitter. So that breaks the string of 8 in a row retired by Vega. He's been able to help keep this Richland team in check. Outside, ball 1. One and another count. Vega looks at Elfring, then deals. Popped up way high, right out in front of us. Hall going to make the catch. And he almost makes the catch. So break, a huge break for Caden Castro.
Yeah, that's tough because the way it went up, that I could see that sun as it's peeking through. But
the wind is here, but definitely quieter than it had been. So 1-1 the count on Caden Castro. Can he take advantage? Take advantage of the opportunity he's been given. Toss to first. Elfring is back. After Castro, Dominic Harper, designated hitter. Ball 2. Two and 1 on Castro. Pitch. Popped up. Going over by first base. And Hayward calls off Howard.
Yep.
And that'll end the inning. No runs on no hits. 8-2 our score. Kamiakin with the lead. Bottom of the 7th. The 6th is next. You're watching high school baseball on SWX.
At Freedom Equipment Rentals, neighbors helping neighbors isn't just a motto. It's how we do business. We're dedicated to helping our local community with affordable propane refills, just $2.99 a gallon, plus lawnmower and small engine repairs that can keep your existing equipment running strong. Need tables and chairs for an event? We've got you covered. Now located in Pasco and Richland, Freedom Equipment Rentals, neighbors helping neighbors get the job done right.
Put the show in your showroom. Create your creative space. Because your garage should be more than a junk drawer. We help homeowners take back their tired, wasted garages in one day, giving them the extra space they never knew they had. Right now, save up to $300 on any new concrete coating. Coat your garage today and take back your space. Croc Coatings, the next evolution in concrete coatings.
Bottom of the 6th, new pitcher again for the Richland Bombers, and I was not able to read the number correctly from distance. It is actually Cale Cooper, a sophomore, throwing one to me, trying to get one right at me.
Yeah, that's what you get for not seeing his number.
I get clearly unhappy that I thought he was somebody else. I'm sorry, man. That is not my intention.
Now batting is number 15.
And we're having a pinch hitter now for Kamiakin, as Zach Swanson will end the day with a single and a run scored, 2 RBIs. Swanson was up when there was a double steal, resulting in a run and the final out of the inning. So instead, it'll be Tyson Grillo getting his first at-bat of this contest. Grillo, a senior utility player. Left on left. As Cooper misses the first one high, ball 1. 8-2 Braves. Defending home field. Is that one inside, ball 2? If Kamiakin scores 4 here in the inning, game's over. And nothing, I'm sure, would delight them a little bit more than having to run rule the rival. And then pitch it goes in there for a strike.
That one might make it on social media a little later.
Line drive down the right field line, but foul and right over the heads of the folks standing on the right field line.
What a beautiful place to sit out there for those parents.
Yeah, clear, crystal clear view of the field. And
yeah.
Just, keep your eyes open. Two. That will be line fair, I think. Down the right field line, it is fair. So Grillo going to bust it in for second. Slides in safely. Tyson Grillo. Pinch hit double. That'll bring up Terrence Carlson. He's flown out to left, singled twice. Quick communication between Richland coach Grant Richardson and the home plate umpire.
We were talking when we saw the catcher come out. You don't see a lot of the, even though it is now a rule in high school baseball, the electronic device for the catcher, you don't see a lot of teams using it. Or I haven't seen a lot of teams, I should say.
By that, it means you can communicate electronically with the catcher. That it's not the pitch comm like they do in the professionals. It's you can essentially be on a phone call to the catcher the whole game as that first pitch is a ball.
Phone a friend.
Phone a friend, exactly. A 1-0 to Carlson. High, ball 2. On deck is Kaylor Hayward. Cooper looks in. 2-0. Swing and a miss. Took a little something off of that one.
Yeah.
Got Carlson out in front.
For a left-handed pitcher, that sun's right in his eyes.
He also has a little bit of the advantage now as he's throwing from the sun into the shade. That one popped up right to Carter Uppmeyer at short. Blocks the sun, makes the catch. 1 out here in the 6th. Parker Smoot out warming up now for the Richland Bombers in the bullpen as Kaylor Hayward singled, knocked in a run in the 3rd. He also struck out and grounded out in his 2 at-bats. Cooper winds, deals. That one misses.
Just inside on him.
1-0 the count. Cooper looks in the 1-0. That's high, ball 2. Runner on second. It's Tyson Grillo. 2-0. There's your first strike of the bat. 2-1 the count. Landon Hall on deck. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
That was a swing right there.
Richland's just trying to actually get an inning where they don't allow a run. A lot of run in every inning so far. And the 2-2, breaking ball fouled off.
That's going to really mess up your theory if they do that.
Yeah, my Fibonacci sequence will be over, but it should be over theoretically anyways, because you shouldn't necessarily, unless you hit a homer to get the 5th run of the inning, you wouldn't be able to get 5. Popped up, foul down the right side.
Battling well in there. The senior, Hayward.
2-2 the count.
Alexander Hayward, hyphenated last name.
Yep, Kaler Alexander Hayward. Average-wise, if not the top, one of the top Kamiakin Braves hitters in 2025. 2-2, breaking ball, doesn't get the call. So I can make things full. Cooper thought maybe he was going to be there, but instead, 3-2. Full count, pitch, popped up, foul. Watch out, camera, watch out, though. Okay. Hit a pull right to our right, and it's watching that thing spin up above us.
Already at 20 on a pitch count with only 1 out.
That's another pitcher that's laboring in their inning. Pitch from Cooper. Fly ball, shallow right field. Mackey, diving catch out in right field, trying to throw the runner out at third.
That's pretty good effort right there by Mackey.
Not bad, actually. Unfortunately, Grillo able to get the third, for him at least. Unfortunately for Mackey, but Grillo gets the third, and that'll bring up Landon Hall. Looking for his first time on base in this one. As he's flown out, struck out, and had a sacrifice fly. Pitch from Cooper, line drive, base hit right field, maybe? Nope, yep, Mackey will pull up, and Kamiakin scores again. And Hall, single and an RBI there. Makes it 9-2.
Number 12, Dennis Babcock.
I'll bring up Dennis Babcock, who's struck out, grounded out, and singled and scored.
Number 4, Christian Bauer comes on to pinch run, or courtesy run.
Courtesy runner that you can get for the catcher and the pitcher. So the Bombers not able to have a clean inning in terms of keeping Kamiakin off the board in this one, unless they can score at least 7 here in the top of the 7th. Pitch by Cooper, low to Babcock. Here comes a 1-0 from Cooper. Low ball 2. These two teams meet again next Tuesday over at Bomber Field in Richland High School. And then the path to the MCC title will feel pretty clear for whichever one, if they can have a lead coming out of that game. Both will have already played Kennewick. They'll have each played each other. Richland has already played Hanford. A 3-0, ball 4. So back to the top of the order.
I think we're going to have another pitching change.
Yep. Let's see if I got the right number. I tried to pay a lot more attention when he was going out there. I think it's Parker Smoot. That'll be the end of the day for K.O. Cooper. So Parker Smoot, a sophomore, pitcher outfielder, coming in, getting an opportunity to play in this pitch in this rivalry. Got the official indication from the umpire, as you can see Smoot right there. Fifth pitcher for this Richland team. I'm thinking something that Grant Richardson was planning on when he put Braylon Edwards' name on the card.
That's true. But they'll regather and they'll have another shot at the Braves this coming week.
And I'm assuming the motivation will be strong.
Yes.
Trying to bounce back. No, it's not over yet. The great thing about baseball is there's no time on the clock.
I do like these single afternoon games, though. Perfect time of the day.
Oh, the weather is beautiful today.
Yeah.
The sun is out. Lamb singled, scored, was aboard on an error and scored. Also was grounded out and had a sacrifice bunt. Right now he's got two Kamiakin teammates out on the field, or out on the base paths. Pitch by Smoot. Misses, ball 1. At this point, Tommy Lamb does represent the game-winning run, or the game-ending run. Both, I guess. Is that strike there? If he's able to get on base and come around to score, that would give them 12, make it a 10-run game, and the run rule would be in effect. Outside, ball 2. Tanner Davis is on deck. I don't know officially what he'll go down as essentially hit an inside the park home run. His last at bat. Ball 3.
Man, there's a total of 9 pitchers on that Richland Bomber roster.
Yeah, they got a lot of depth on this team.
Goodness. I don't think I've seen a team with that many pitchers before.
The 3-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 9-2 game. I'm guessing that Mr. Lamb didn't want to walk. He wants want to hit or want to get out trying. Runners will be off. Ball 4. That'll load the bases for Tanner Davis.
Now that is number 5, Tanner Davis.
Davis singled, was aboard on an error, flew out to right field, and then again that last at bat. The ball got it over the head of Caden Castro for the inside the park home run. Popped up. This one should find its way to a Richland glove, and it does. So Michael Ravel ends the inning. But again, Kamiakin scoring another run. 9-2 as we head to the top of the 7th. You're watching high school baseball on SWX.
Craftsman Cabinets and Flooring is your premier provider of cabinets, flooring, and countertops in Eastern Washington. Whether an entire commercial building, residential kitchen, or private half bath, no matter the project, we do the job right and take care of our clients. It's that focus on quality service and client relationships that has made us a leader in the industry for over 50 years. Call us today or come in and browse our extensive showroom to get your next project started right. Craftsman Cabinets and Flooring, dedicated to delivering outstanding results.
I think here as a dealership, we focus on the customer first. We want them to feel excited about their purchase, and we want them to feel like they can reach out to us with any problems, concerns, answer questions, and kind of guide them through their experiences as an owner. We do not have any hidden fees. Everything we have on the website or in the trailer pricing is going to be transparent across the board. We want our customers to feel like when they're ready, whether it's today or a year from now, that they feel comfortable allowing us to kind of guide them through that process, and we'll be here when they're ready.
New pitcher for the Kamiakin Braves, Zach Swanson, out taking the mound. So Andrew Vega's day, or Zachary, why do I keep calling him Andrew? Zachary Vega's day is over. Goes 6 strong, 5 hits allowed, 2 runs, both earned. I think he struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Was it 6 or 7? Oh, 7, I think. Struck out 7. So Zachary Vega stunt in line to get the win. Swanson can close things out.
Oh, Wheels on the mound.
Richland chasing 7 runs. Dominic Harper, Colson Mackey, then top of the order, and Dylan Parrott with this monumental task for the Bombers. First pitch by Swanson. In there for a strike.
Beautiful first pitch.
Harper 0 for 2, struck out twice. And the 0-1. That gets to the wood of the backstop.
I was trying to couldn't find the all-time win-loss between these two teams. I got to find that out.
I'd imagine, if I had to guess, it's close-ish, but I would bet that Richland's got the lead.
Yeah.
But that I couldn't speak to with any authority other than just...
That's what I was thinking.
Just a guess. Strike 2.
It's a nice one. Nice pitch there.
Everything's up at 2 apiece as the wind's starting to kick up a little bit, blowing it straight out to right field now. The 2-2 outside. Swanson throws from out of his helmet hat. Throws himself his hat off. Throws his hat off? Maybe that's what I was trying to say.
Something like that.
Something along those lines. The 3-2. A little soft liner to short. Right there, Tanner Davis battling the sun.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a
catch.
Soft hit, but man, that's a tough one to catch with that sun beating down on him.
That sun is heading right into the eyes of the left side of the infield and left fielder. As Colson Mackey will step up, made a nice catch. Bottom of the 6. 0 for 2 at the plate, though. Struck out and grounded out. Or grounded into a fielder's choice, technically. First pitch, a strike. The 0-1, swing and a miss, strike 2.
Got him to chase that high fastball again.
One out here, top of the 7th. Swanson losing his hat again. A little bit too high.
He wanted it. Swanson's throwing the ball hard.
The 1-2.
Interesting because he's really not working as far down the mound as I thought he would, being a bigger kid.
Yeah, shorter stride kind of. Quickly back at it, 2-2. Popped up right over by the Richland dugout. Carlson there makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down. So Richland down to their final out Dylan Parrott, leadoff hitter. Walked and scored in the first. Struck out and flown out. His two others.
Now batting is number 23, Dylan Parrott.
Pitch. Outside corner. Strike one. He's got nice movement, good velocity when it's going where he wants it to go. That one called the ball.
Gonna have to let his hair grow out though to keep that hat on.
Exactly. Get one of those fitted hats. You know, that's the elastic.
Yeah.
That'll fit. You know, meld itself to your head. 1-2. Final strike time for the Richland Bombers. On deck, Carter Uppmeyer. But Dylan Parrott needs to get on here first. And 1-2. Breaking ball. Way outside. Ball 2. Two. Popped up. Shallow right, but also shallow enough that Hayward makes the catch, and that's the game. Kamiakin wins this one 9-2. A convincing win to claim first place in the MCC. Will Gately, your final thoughts in this one?
I think that this coming week, that game is going to mean a lot down the stretch here. I believe that Richland's going to come back and regather, come out strong. Kamiakin is just, they hit the ball extremely well today. Vega pitched a phenomenal game, and it just was from the top to the bottom. They were able to swing the bat, put the ball in play, and that definitely helped. And so in the park home run as well, that always is a nice added little cherry on top. But the Bombers will be back. That's a squad you just don't count out.
Oh, yeah, these two, they'll meet again, and potentially again after that in district playoffs or something like that, as the coaching staff's getting a chance to shake each other's hands. And, of course, they're very familiar, Steve Woods and Grant Richardson, longtime head coaches at both of the programs. Your final score, Kamiakin 9, Richland 2. We're back next week with Walla Walla and Hanford baseball. We'll also have LC and TCP baseball and Chiawana and Richland softball. Big thanks to all the folks in the truck and manning the cameras today. My name is Kevin Rounce. I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday.